Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little pumpkin Ellie. She's got a super cute outfit on. I'm recording this because there's something wrong with our internet right now, and it wasn't going through. I tried 2 times. Those of you on both YouTube and Facebook probably saw that. Um, I'm not sure if I said today is Wednesday, the 26th of October, and I just have so much to share with you. I didn't want to have you lose out on all that I want to share, and so I'm recording it straight, not live, so there's no interference with broadcasting, and I can upload this to both Facebook and YouTube, and you can enjoy with me that way. And hopefully next time, hopefully by Friday, this will be cleared up. Some days Cox just this happens, and you guys know it happens like once a month for me, and it's so frustrating. But I'm gonna forget about that. Okay, we're just gonna have a great time together, and we're gonna pretend that it's live. I just won't be able to communicate with you, which I love to do on the lives. Anyway, this is Ellie's super cute Halloween outfit. She is the cutest pumpkin I have ever seen. I want to show you the back. Here's the back of her cute little outfit. Look at that little jack-o'-lantern girl. Isn't she so cute? And I said at the beginning of one of the lives that didn't work totally, today is National Pumpkin Day. So that's so cool. And I've got kind of a pumpkin thing going on my desk here. I think my camera got a little bit messed up when I was trying to get everything working. But we're going to have a good time anyway. We're going to celebrate National Pumpkin Day. We're just going to have a great time together. And things I wanted to tell you. Oh, okay. I wanted to show you. I'm going to put her down because we've done this is the third time, and she's just getting a little bit tired. So I'm going to let her sit down, and we're just going to go on. Okay, so I wanted to show you some cute little bags that I created for a group that I teach a Bible study on Wednesday nights, and I'm going to try to, let's see if I can. And so I created some cute little bags. I'm going to go ahead and post them on Friday on my blog on Friday the 28th. And so you can go over to prettypapercards.com then and see, and I'll give a little more description. But I put some candy corn in some of our Stampin' Up! Medium envelopes, and then I'll tell you on the blog, I'll give you the measurements, but I just put some paper, some cardstock over there and stapled it, and then I put more cardstock to cover the staples, and I stamped. This sentiment is from the Wisteria stamp set. Took me a minute. It's from the Wisteria stamp set. And then I added a piece of our cute black and white gingham ribbon. Aren't those cute? And I made a bunch for my group tonight, so I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, I'm going to come back up, just face view, to talk about a few little announcements that we have today. And put prize in if you want to be entered to win the prize. And the prize this coming week, I'm not going to give away anything this time. I'll give away 2 things next week, 2 gifts. The one that I would give away today, but since it's not live, well, I can tell you. That's fine. It doesn't need to be live. We'll do that at the end. But definitely put prize if you want. I'm confused because I'm not live, and I'm used to being live with you. So if you want to be entered to win the prize for this week, put the word prize, and I'll award it next week on our first November Friday, Wednesday live. I don't know. Just filter, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, put prize if you want to be entered to win the prize. Okay. And I'll tell you what the prize is pretty soon. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? I have some notes over here, so that's why I'm checking my notes. Definitely the starter kit special. This is a flyer from Stampin' Up. That's why I'm holding it up. But the Stampin' Up starter kit is what I like to say is the ultimate bundle. We like bundles. Stampin' Up bundles you get 10% off when you buy a bundle. Well, the ultimate bundle is the starter kit. You normally get $125 of product and you only pay $99, and it all ships free. And for the month of October, and that's why I'm telling you, because it ends on the 31st next Monday, you will get $155 in product free for your same $99. That is $56 extra in product. That's huge. And if you love Stampin' Up! And you want to get the best bargain you can, you'll want to get the starter kit. After you purchase the starter kit, everything you order after that, you get 20% off. And there are really no obligations. I have a lot of hobby demonstrators, people who join for the hobby, who join for the discount, and they want to get the best price on the product they love. So if you're interested, I have, there will be with this video, I'll have a link to my, the place where you click to join. And don't miss out on this great special. I mean, who doesn't love a bargain, right? It's a great bargain. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? Oh, I want to tell you, remind you, my host code for the month of October, if you place an order of $50 or more in my online store, Festive Pearls. I will send them to you, but you have to use my host code, and I have that posted everywhere. So use the host code when you order over $50, and I will send the Festive Pearls. Actually, I'm a little bit late on sending last month's host code gift. I had a lot going on, relatives from out of town, and I'm just running a bit late. Those are going out hopefully tomorrow. Okay, let's make a card. Let's turn you down, and we're just gonna make a card. Let's just get into it. Here are all of my candy corns and my pumpkins. I'm gonna put those a little bit up. We'll leave a few there because we're celebrating. And we're gonna make a fall birthday card, and here is the card we're going to make. This card, I'm going to show you 4 different techniques with this card, and you're going to end up with a beautiful birthday card, so you can follow along. The stamp set I'm going to use is Hello Harvest by Stampin' Up! It has a wonderful pumpkin. I thought of it because today is National Pumpkin Day. And this is a photopolymer, no, it is a distinctive stamp. Again, I'm just a little, not right on my game because I was trying to do a live and it got messed up. This is a distinctive stamp set, and I'm going to show you the neatness of that as we go through making this card. It means that the stamps were made especially to be realistic. They call it photorealistic, and especially with these leaves, and we're going to use these leaves today. I'm going to show you that. And this set comes in a bundle for 10% off with the rustic pumpkin dies. And it's got super cute, I'm not using these pumpkin dies today, but these are beautifully embossed. And you put one on each side of the center to create a pumpkin, but we're going to use this one and the leaf one. And I want to show you that if you would like to see this in our catalog, this is the mini catalog, the July to December mini catalog from Stampin' Up! And this entire set is on page 50. You can see all of it. And that, I like to say that, so if you have the catalog, you can study it a little bit more if you're interested in getting it. I always like to look at all the pictures and see what I'm getting. Okay, so let's see how we're going to make this card. I have some little notes, so I make sure to tell you all the techniques that I'm excited about today. So I'm going to get out my envelope here, and this has all my pieces parts, like I like to call them. So we're going to start with a card base of Petal Pink cardstock, and today I've cut my card base at 11 in length by 4 1/4 in width, and I've scored it at 5.5. And I was thinking with you guys, I think it was last week, that I hadn't been using this type of card base for a while. And it really is such a fun card base because when you get your card in the mail, boop, you just pop it open rather than opening from the side. And I kind of like that. So we're going to start with that. Now, if you noticed on our sample card, we have a focal circle in there. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this, how to make a focal circle. And sometimes you can, if you want, you could pop that up higher on dimensional so there's more space. You could even make like a shaker card in there. I'm not going to do that today, but I want to show you how to make this focal circle. So let's go ahead and do that. And to do that, I'm going to take a piece of pumpkin pie. Of course, on National Pumpkin Day, we have to use pumpkin pie cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And what we're going to do is first we're going to cut a circle in this piece. So I'm going to get up my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And what I'm going to do is run this piece through. We're going to do some decorating after I do this. But first we're going to run it through the machine and cut out our circle. Okay, just like this. And I'm going to try my best to get my circle totally centered. The sample card wasn't totally centered and you guys didn't even notice. So of course we try, but if it doesn't work, we're okay. So first we're going to cut that circle, and this circle die is from the layering circle dies from Stampin' Up. And I just use these are, I think I couldn't even make cards if I didn't have these circle dies. I use them all the time. They are basics you absolutely want. So there is our circle. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to run this circle through a beautiful embossing folder. And that's what makes my card so pretty, is that I've embossed, and then we're going to use a special little technique on that. So this is called the Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder. And I have to change out my plates a minute. So Stampin' Up! Tells you exactly what you need to do. The instructions are right here on the base plate. And when you're doing embossing with a 3D embossing folder, you use the base plate and you use plate number 4, which is the embossing plate. So I have that ready. I'm going to take my piece with the circle cut in it, and I'm going to place it in here in my embossing folder. Now I want to see if I can get the most of those leaves on my card. So I'm just going to put it right there, close the lid, put my plate number 4 on top, and we're going to run this through like this. And I love the way Stampin' Up! Has done this. They don't even make us work hard for it. Seriously. That ran through just like butter. Didn't you see that? We used to have to really work hard, but that was just a snap. And let's see how beautiful this came out. Look at this beautiful piece. Look at how gorgeous that is. I'm going to try to hold it up a little bit so you can see it better. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Now what we're going to do, this is one of the techniques I want to show you. I'm putting this down to protect my surface. This is a little grid piece, a piece of grid paper for the Stamparatus, but it's nice and small for me while I'm working with you here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sponge on top of those embossed portions to really bring that out. And I'm going to use a sponge dauber. It's this cute little thing that has a sponge at the end. Mine is all colored because I've used it. I have a bunch of them, but this is the one I use with kind of orangey, dark orangey colors. And I am using Cajun Craze ink. So I'm going to just dot it in the Cajun Craze ink, and then very gently, maybe a little more than gently, I'm going to run that over the embossed portions, and that just brings those out. That just brings out those embossed parts and makes it really come to life. So this is a technique that you can do when you do, this is called dry embossing, what we just did with the embossing folder. And then when you go back, you can go back and highlight those places. You could also use a blender brush. And that works out well too. I just happened to have grabbed this today, the little sponge dauber, because they're just cute and easy to use. Boy, I miss seeing you guys live. I'm usually used to interacting with you, and I really like that part. So pretend that we're interacting together, okay? And we're talking and responding back and forth. I just miss that. Okay, so now I'm going to go up here. And in case you're worried that this is all looking splotchy, I'll show you what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go in and kind of just run a little bit of that sponge around so that it looks more blended, not as shocking as it did, just to blend just a little bit. And I think this really adds some nice color to our cards. So we're just going to blend out a little bit, and by the time we get everything else done, this will just look really, really nice. Okay, so that is a technique that I wanted to show you. And now I'll remove the grid paper and we'll just see how pretty that is. Look at how nice that is. Okay, now step number 2. We could put this beautiful piece, actually, yeah, right there on top of the card, like that. But what I wanted to do, so I have a little more control of what goes inside, I have an additional piece of petal pink cardstock, and I'm going to stamp in here. And I'm going to get back my little piece of grid paper, and we are going to stamp those leaves. Get back out my, I probably shouldn't have even closed my Cajun Craze ink. And I'm going to come across here and stamp this leaf stamp. Now this is one thing I want to show you, how pretty this leaf stamp is and how it looks so realistic. That is the distinctive stamp. And what I'm looking at is I'm looking to make sure that no ink gets on the edges there. So I'm just going to stamp this, and I'm doing what's called stamping off. Full strength, half strength. And let's do it again a couple times so we have, and see, I got a little, I noticed this before on my my sample card that I got a little ink down there. I'm just pushing too hard, I think. So another bright one and stamped off. That just means they also call that second generation. Stamp with full strength and then stamp off. And I'm just going to fill in a little bit, and let's see now if we've covered that area. Yes, we have. And see what we've done with that stamping off. We've given more difference in color. I really like it because we've added more dimension in there with the different colors. So we're just doing a great job here. And already we've used a couple of techniques that have made this really pretty. And I'm taking a look at this and I'm seeing that I just have a tiny bit of darkness there. I'm going to blend that out. You know how you do? You look at it and you say, oh, I should have fixed that a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece, the pretty embossed piece. I'm going to glue that onto my petal pink piece. And the petal pink piece is, I cut it about the same dimensions, 5 1/4 by 4, but I came in just about a 1/16 of an inch to make sure that it would fit nicely, you know, behind the pumpkin pie piece. And I really love the way that looks, don't you? I think it's kind of unusual and different. And now we could adhere this with dimensionals, but I'm actually, this time, I'm just going to go ahead and again use my multi-purpose glue. My favorite, my adhesive of choice is my multi-purpose glue. I just love it. And I have this cute little glue holder. Do some of you have these? It's like for nail polish. I got it several years ago and I was thinking of getting a new one because I've used it quite a bit. And what you do is you just put your glue right in there, and so it's always down at the base. I got it from Amazon. I haven't looked for a while to see if they have any more of those little glue holders. I like it. I just keep it right at my desk all the time. Okay, there is really the basis of our card. Now all we do now is just add a sentiment and decorate. That's all we need to do. So let's do it. Let's start decorating. Okay, I wanted to make this a birthday card. So I got another piece of petal pink, and there's a nice birthday sentiment in this Hello Harvest stamp set. It's called Wishing You the Loveliest Day. So I have my stamp, mounted and ready to go. And I'm going to use, this time I'm going to use pumpkin pie ink to give just a lighter look. And I'm going to stamp it right on this piece here. And then we're going to cut it out with the coordinating die. So let's see, I think I have a big enough piece. I hope I do. I do. Okay. Wishing you the loveliest day. I really like that. Alrighty, so now, just for fun, because I like my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I'm bringing in my little mini guy. And I love this little one. I only use the big one here at my desk when I have to, because some things, like for those bigger embossing folders and stuff like that, you need to use the big one. But I just love this little one. So I'm going to cut this out with the coordinating die. It fits perfectly, just like that. And here we go. We'll just run it through. Have to hold on a little bit more. Okay. Just setting that over there. And here we have our cute sentiment. Now I'm going to show you another little technique when using a sentiment, and if you want to highlight your sentiment. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our sentiment right across this circle, just like that. But it kind of blends in. Now we could have used another color of cardstock, I know that, but what I chose to do is highlight my sentiment. And that means frame it. This is another little technique. And I went ahead and pre-cut a piece of basic white, using a basic white cardstock. I just cut the same, using the same die. And then I'm just going to raise that up a little bit behind the first piece and adhere it like that, and it creates a little frame. I could do it on the bottom also. I could have done it two times, but I really don't want to do that. I just wanted to highlight the top, just along the top. And so we're just going to put those two together, and it just gives a really nice, just brings it out. You know, can you see what I mean? How it just really brings that sentiment out, and it especially makes it stand out against the background here. In this particular case, sometimes you may not want to do that, but I wanted to do it here. So now I can raise this sentiment up on Stampin' Dimensionals, and then we'll have our sentiment on our card, and then we'll keep decorating. I mean, that's part of the fun I have, is you just get started and then you keep adding fun things. Now let's see. Here's one thing I'm noticing. I want to center, see how this comes up like that? I want to center that in between the left and right sides of my circle, so it looks really even, just like that. Okay, now we could leave it like that, right? No, we're going to add leaves, because those leaves are so pretty. Now here's another little technique that I'm going to show you. It's not really a technique, but I don't usually show you how I clean my stamps. So I thought today I would show you how I clean my stamps. There are several ways to clean, that Stampin' Up! Helps you to clean your stamps. Today I'm going to use, I put the name on here so I wouldn't forget. I call it the cleany thing. This is called the Stampin' Scrub, and I have Stampin' Mist that goes with it. Now, I've had this little container for a while. Now they sell it in a large 8-ounce one, but what I do is I pour mine into this little one because it's much handier at my desk. So this is the Stampin' Scrub, and to get it in, fully in the camera here, it opens right in the center, and then you have, let me move the candy corn, 2 sides of scratchy stuff. I don't know really what that is. And we're going to clean our stamp. Now the trick to this is in the corner of one, and I know you can't see it because I can hardly see it, are little drops like raindrops. So that is the wet side. And in the corner over here, right up in here, where am I? Yeah, it's hard to see. It's looking real glary. Right up in there, the corner's cut out of the scrubby part, and it has a little sunshine, so that's the dry side. So that's how you know the wet side and the dry side. So what you do is you spray a little of the scrub to moisten the scrubby side, and I'm needing to clean my leaf stamp because we already stamped it using Cajun Craze ink, and we need to do it again. We want green leaves this time. So I'm going to clean off that ink, and then I'm going to dry it over on this side. Now, one thing this Stampin' Mist does is it also has some conditioner for your stamps in it. So I try to always use this. Even if I use another method, I try to finish off with this because it adds some conditioning to your stamps, especially the red rubber ones. So that is the Stampin' Scrub and the Stampin' Mist. And if you wanted to find it on the catalog, it's on page 149 of the catalog. This to me is a must-have when you start stamping. You need to know how to clean your stamps and how to clean them properly. So if you don't have the Stampin' Scrub and the Stampin' Mist, I really encourage you to get that when you can. Okay, now we're ready to, what are we doing? We are going to stamp our leaves with our fun leaf stamp, and I'm going to use soft seafoam. Took a minute, but it came. Soft seafoam ink or paper, cardstock, and I'm going to use Old Olive ink, and we're going to stamp a couple of leaves. And in order to make a little not have everything be so much the same, I'm going to stamp one leaf dark, and I'm going to stamp off like we saw a minute ago, and one leaf light. Now I pre-cut some leaves so that to speed things up a little bit for us. Okay, so I'm going to get my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again, and this time we're going to cut the leaves out. And actually I think I only need a light colored leaf. I pre-cut some to save time. Let's see, I think I pre-cut dark ones. So I do have 2 dark ones, so we just need to cut out the light one this time. Because I don't want to keep you guys here all day, right? A little while is one thing, but we all have to, go do some things. So I don't want to keep you forever. So that's why I did a little extra work in advance. Okay, so now let's run this through, and we'll have our light colored leaf. And one thing I wanted to tell you, when we look at these different colors, so here is the dark. Let's get that out of the way, and we'll see. Here is the dark. That's a pretty good contrast, the dark and the light there. And what you can know is that every Stampin' Up! Ink has at least 2 shades that you can get out of it. One is dark, and by stamping off you get a second shade. So I used Old Olive ink. So when you're using your inks, you can get a light and a dark, and if you add water, if you do watercoloring, you can get many shades within those 2. But just with basic stamping, you can get 2 colors, 2 shades of the same color. And I think that is pretty much what they intended when they created our Stampin' Blends alcohol markers, because when you get the Stampin' Blends, you always get them in a pack of 2. two shades of the same color. And these are the old olive ones, just to show you. And there is the light and there is the dark. So you've got both shades of the same color. So always remember that. It's not just one shade when you're buying an ink. You're getting at least two different shades there. Alrighty, now let's put our leaves in. We're going to tuck our leaves down in here behind. And I decided to put the leaves on this side because there's a lot of activity over here with the pretty embossing. So I could use Stampin' Dimensionals, but I'm not. I'm just going to use, because our sentiment is raised up, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these just with multi-purpose glue. And the one caution here is make sure you don't have your leaf sticking way off your card. You want to make sure to keep it on the card so it fits in the envelope, right? And I try to put the most glue down at the bottom. In fact, I'm not really even putting much glue up at the top because I just want it to adhere down at the base there. And then what I'm going to do, those are the two dark ones, and then I'm going to put the light one in between. And what I'm going to do, because I put a dimensional there, okay, that's what I'm talking about. We can't have that just sticking out like that. So I'm going to cut off the base there and just tuck that. See how that's going to look. Yeah, just tuck it in like that. So we'll just put a little glue in there and tuck this little lighter colored leaf, and I'm going to angle it a little bit more to one side because we are now going to put my glue back in its little holder. I'm going to put a pretty bow out of gold cord. This is called the Simply Elegant cord, Simply Elegant trim, I think, in the catalog. And it comes in, I'm going to give it a longer tail. I'm tying a bow. It comes in both gold and silver in the same package. I've given some of these away for gifts for you guys for prizes. Okay, start again. It's very curly because it's been curled on that little roll. And there we go. There we have a little bow. Anyway, so either gold or silver. We could have used silver on this, but I decided to use gold. And I'm going to tie a bit of a large bow because what I want to do is tuck my bow right up under here in the area where I did not put a leaf. Okay? And I'm going to use, to do that, a little mini glue dot. So I'm just going to pull that little glue dot right off. I got another one on my finger. That's odd. Okay, so there's that little glue dot. And then I'm going to, I don't know why I got a second one that just decided it was going to stick to my finger. They're very sticky. So I'm going to tuck this. I hope you can see. I'm going to tuck it down under. I'm just going to pull up the edge of that little label, that die cut label, and tuck this right down under. In fact, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it right there because it seems to want to stay there, which is fine with me. And I'm going to try to pull out the ribbon a little bit, pull out the little loops for the bow, and then we'll trim our tails here. And there we have a really cute little gold cord bow. And let me see if I can tuck that under there because it's in a mood to be wild today, I think. Okay, there we go. That looks better. Now we're going to add bling. We have to add bling. And you know what? I really want to show you guys. These are the gold adhesive-backed swirls. These are going to be available on November 1st with our like I said, I've just been with our fitting florets suite that is coming out on November 1st. If you sign up to get the starter kit before October 31st, you can get the fitting floret suite or any part of it early, because that's how I've gotten it, because I'm a demonstrator. And I'm going to put some more candy corn in here just for fun. I think I'm going to eat a piece. I need one. Okay, so these darling little swirls are part of that suite. They're available November 1st, I think, through January 1st. So for 2 months. I'm telling you, I'm in love with them. One reason is they're kind of flat, so they're easy to mail, and they have a brightness because of their swirls. So I'm just going to put, well, that one just stuck right there on its own. My fingers are just sticky today, I think. Okay, so we're just going to put several of these all around to add bling. On my sample, I put quite a few. Just for fun, because they are so cute. I think that what I think about this card in particular is that they really bring it to life. The little bits of gold just bring that to life. Oh, that piece of candy corn is good. I know some of you guys don't like candy corn. I love sugar, and so that's probably the reason. It's kind of pure sugar. So how many have we got? We got 5 now. Maybe we should put 7. You always want to put an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more. Let's see, maybe we'll just put one over here, just so that looks kind of balanced. What do you think? Isn't that kind of a cute card? And I think it's just perfect. You can use it all fall. I mean, all the way through November for sure, or any time for a birthday card. But I think it's a lovely fall birthday card. Okay, I'm going to turn you back up. And I hope you've enjoyed playing around with us today with the beautiful card, the fall card. And I want to award a prize. And I will try to contact this person oh, I didn't award a prize because my computer pooped out. Okay, I will award this next week. I will give away this prize, which was from last week, and the prize for the coming week is a package of my own cards that I've made, along with this one that we just made, and I'll show you the cards in the package. I like to give away my cards, and some of you have really enjoyed them. So one of them is this beautiful card, and I'll award it next week on my Wednesday live, and by then Cox should have its act together. Then this one, I can't even remember. This one I've had for a while, and I've been saving it because it's so beautiful, and I thought I'm just going to give that away as part of a little packet. And then this one is a little note card made with the Hues of Happiness set. So those cards plus today's card will be the prize for next week, and I'll go ahead and award both prizes next Wednesday when we're live. Again, I'm sorry our live didn't work out, but now you've gotten to see the rerun, and I tried to pretend like you were all right here with me. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Hopefully everything works out next Friday to do the live. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.